recording now. This is Willis. I'm very happy to have my good friend Rick Dewars here to talk to us. He's currently in Romania. For you in America, that's somewhere east of the United States and west of California. Uh, I know that geography is not the biggest subject they teach in school anymore, but Romania is a nice country, very beautiful. Rick, I'm very happy to have you here, buddy, and I want you to introduce yourself. GPMS World is Rick is a member there. He is an advocate for GPMS World, and I think he wants to tell you exactly what GPMS World is all about, and we'll just go from there. Go ahead, Rick.
Thank you so much, Will. Well, what GPMS.world is, it's a worldwide movement by the people, but more importantly, what it is the new reality that's being created. So when you have many that are destitute and desolate that are out there thinking that there is no hope to this world, if you will, uh, that's a misconception. There is. So we're doing it, the people. So we have approximately 74,400 agreements worldwide that is creating this universal nation of GPMS.world. So it's already a universal nation. And having said this, it's growing and growing every day. And it's right now, it's a in the phase of collecting the majority voice worldwide to replace the current systems that are worldwide and replace it with an all inclusive system for the people, operated and managed by the people. So when ones think it's no hope with everything that is going on out there, no, there is. There's hope being actualized right here. So ones just need to be aware of it and add your agreement to the new world, and it gets created.
Yes, and explain to the people that this is not a painful transition. This is not a violent revolution or anything like this. Explain how the GPMS world will come about.
GPMS.world, it is a peaceful movement for the people and by the people. So we don't need to confront any of the existing system. The people are the majority, so we just overpower it, if you will. And in this great time, uh, the only resort that is left when you have so much tyranny worldwide and what have you, it becomes a moral obligation of the people to do what is right. So, having said this, the people are the majority.
Yes, and in this new world, is there any reason to confiscate anything from anybody? When we're talking about a world of abundance, then abundance becomes available to each and every person on the planet. At that point, do you need to go to Bill Gates and say, well, we need half your stuff back because you've taken it from everybody? Or we go to Charles Schwab, or we go to Jeffrey Epstein. Do we need to punish the people that there's a conception that there's been evil done and we need to have a world of retribution, that we're going to have a terrible swift sword, let's say.
Mm, it's a little difficult to hear you, Bill. You're broke
I'm,
up and it seems like you're away from the mic, but I have heard what you said. Uh, with what GPMS is, it doesn't matter how much money Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or what they have, their money is valueless to the people and the universal nation of GPMS.world. So, what we do is we create a people's money. And having said this, there doesn't need to be any time to look for justice and accountability by any that have harmed the people. This is more or less dealt with on a higher level, which ones will see when you put your focus to creating the new world. So it doesn't matter who and what they are, and time should not be wasted on that trying to get justice within a system that is not designed to give justice. The system is not impartial for the legal system, the whole way that it's set up. Uh, so there is not anything in its design. There is not provisions put in there for to get any justice, but also it is a waste of time what I said with the current legal systems worldwide to try to get justice. And when you look at international law, we'll go there for a moment. That is more or less just a gentleman's agreement, if you will. And there is really, per se, no one to enforce it. And the only ones to enforce an international law realistically are the people. And that's what's occurring now. But it's going to be the people's law, divine law. And divine law is simply do no harm. And what we also look at is the capitalistic system, the great harm it inflicted upon humanity over millennia. And it does this simply by creating the different classes and, very importantly, creating poverty that leads to so many deaths. About a few years ago, there was about 5,000 children dying daily of starvation upon the planet. Just in the last few years, that has risen by 70%, that now there are 8,500 children dying each day of starvation. And it's all because of the present capitalistic system, if you will. There's more than enough food on the planet. So these things are savage and it's no longer accepted with that. And the focus is on what the people is doing. Again, many are in the fear programming. Look what they're doing. Look what they're going to do. But by doing that, their attention is distracted from where the power is, the majority of the people coming together with the universal nation and just replacing the entire reality with a very real utopia.
Very good, very good. And uh, you talked about this being a divine plan, and that your connection.
Yes.
Can you? I did switch to a desktop microphone. Can you hear me? Okay.
Now it's
Can
still
you?
the same, but I can hear you enough.
Okay, you can
Like,
hear me enough. I don't know how this is going to come out on the recording, but we'll deal with that. Hopefully, this will be a good quality audio because audio is important whenever you do a video, of course. And I did have a question. You told me that this is a divine inspired plan for humanity, and where can you tell us more about your path to this point in your life that has led you to 20 the end of 2023, the end of this year coming up? What has led you to this point in your life, Rick? Can you hear me okay?
yeah, I believe I hear what you're asking. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, GPMS dot world, it is called the divine plan because it is given from Prime Creator. It is given through I and put on the planet. So with this, there is no doubt whatsoever. It is inevitable, and this is what's occurring. And everything has been set up upon the planet for them to see the truth, as we know, and we don't need to go into that. But
Mm,
at the same time that all of the truth was being shown and all of the deception, this is part of the destruction at the same time, the new world is being created, is being constructed by those that are in line with it, meaning those that it resonates with and comes into their awareness, and for those that recognize it as well as the divine plan. So,
Yeah.
having said this, there is no doubt whatsoever that it is inevitable what we are doing. And I'll take it a bit further that all of humanity's prayers actually have been answered. And it's been written about, it has been in prophecy, if you will, worldwide. So there is no doubt. And far as I am in full conviction, I am connected straight to Prime Creator, to God, to Father, and mother aspect as well. So for I, there is no doubt with this. This is the mission, my mission, and others upon the planet to change the world, to take it from the present savagery into a civility.
Okay, and so GPMS world refers to the monetary system, but can you tell us what life would be like for the average person once everything is in place and the transition has been made? What would life on Earth be like? We're talking about abundance, we're talking about peace, we're talking about prosperity and health, all of these things. Can you describe life post GPMS?
Yeah, well, what it's going to be is humanity is going to be flourishing and thriving in a place of complete peace, a stress free environment, and of course, love and compassion is the big part of this. But also, what occurs is that uh, the first public contact also occurs. And when I say first contact, this is from other universal life beings that is in the universe. And, 70 uh, it's around 72 to 77% of humanity believes in extraterrestrial life. And what I'm to say, it's very real, as most
Yeah.
know, and many have had experiences. So, what this does is it creates the energetic environment as well, where you have this complement that comes in also with new technologies delivered to the planet. But with technology, most everything is here um, now to advance humanity very quickly forward. It's already here. A lot of it's been suppressed. So it's just a matter of, if you will, taking ownership of that by the people. So GPMS is your heaven on earth scenario. There is no crime in it, and it cannot be, because ones need to realize the reason why there is crime today. It's all money inspired, and it's competition and it's greed. In this new world, there is no reason, no incentives for personal gain, because everyone has the equal amount and everyone is sharing the way that things should be. So there is no competition, there is no greed, there is no lack. And because of that, there is nothing to fight for. And humanity has advanced to the level with all of the infrastructure upon the planet that it's ready for this quickening, this rapid transitioning, and this is what's occurring now. So everything over the course, more notably of the last 7 years, if you will, has been the trials and tribulations, and many individually have judged themselves by their actions. So, God is very real, and I'm not a religious person, if you will, but I need to say that God is very real, and I'm connected to God, and the prayers have been answered.
Yeah. No, it's been said many times that any technology far enough removed from the present is like magic. You alluded to technologies that will be made available. Can you describe the technologies that may be right around the corner that would be game changers? That people right now are, they're in a position where they would like to think that things are going to be a lot better, but they're skeptical. So, can you give them something that would say, don't be so skeptical because things are in the works that are going to be very real and very much on the table very shortly?
Yeah, yeah. Well, when we look at what we discussed a little bit earlier tonight, Bill, when you look at replicators, a primitive form of those are the 3D printers that are currently upon the planet. And with these, I say they're primitive because there is advanced models of them already. So you can do a lot with these, but more so if we look at the application of 3D printers, they're building houses with them very quickly. So when you look, worldwide at, let's take Africa or what have you, you put some of these 3D printers in there, you've got a whole village made
Right.
within a matter of days, a few days to accommodate everyone. So you have this technology, you have, what med beds, if you will. These things are very real as well. A lot of that technology has been kept from directly from humanity by a nefarious force upon the planet, if you will. But that
Right.
nefarious force is being overpowered by the people, which gives the access to all of these, let's say, medbed technologies to the people. But first, the people have to take the ownership of these technologies upon the planet without getting into too much detail with that. With the water, there's many technological devices with the water to clean the water up for clean drinking water. There's been the ultraviolet blue light, which is that technology has been around for at least several years and is beginning to be used also. So these are just some examples that with some technologies, but of course there's a lot more. And let's say with your vehicles, with the use of crystals, if you will, as well. Technology is very advanced with the use of that, and it has already been here. With your phones, there are crystals inside of those, and that's what keeps the time, even when your phone is off, and also keeps your positioning, because it's connected to with your GPS when your navigating devices. It's connected. It has a crystal in it that's connected to the satellite. So you have a very powerful example of the power of and the frequency contained within crystals without getting too deep into that. And I'm on a laptop here now. The technology that is in the screen of my laptop is also crystal line. It's crystal plasma, if you will. So
Now,
the yeah.
okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. No, what about energy? We have one of my theories is that with plenty of energy, we can do almost anything. And right now, energy is a limitation. We're told that it costs so much. You go down to fill up your car with gas, and you've got to have $40 or $50 to fill up an SUV with gas right now. Uh, how does energy change in the blended world in the after GPMS?
Yeah, well, already around the world, there are many free energy devices that have already been invented. But again, a lot of these have been kept from humanity in any mass production because of the ones that were in control upon the planet, your rulers or what have you. So again, once the rulers are replaced by the people, all of this technology quickly comes out. There's mass production of it as well. And you mentioned, about paying for electric and utilities. Well, with GPMS.world, the people owns all of this, so there is no paying for any utilities. There is no expenditure. You don't pay yourself, so your fuel uh, is free and your utilities, if you will. So you got a phone call. You're busy.
That's all right. I will return the call later. Uh,
Yep.
okay, let's take a little scenario. If you saw the movie Slumdog Millionaire, you know that Mumbai is about the poorest place on the planet. When you put 1 million people supposedly live in about 2 square kilometers, they have 40 people living in a 400 square foot room, basically sleeping on. How is their life going to change? The poorest people on the planet compared to,
Well,
say,
let's
someone like me that lives in the suburbs. I've got a fairly comfortable life. I'm not complaining every day that I wake up. But explain how the world would change for those that need it the most right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you look at the deserts of the world. Let's take Syria and Saudi Arabia. I love that because of what was currently happening, next door. Um, Look at those deserts there. What I need to say is that when money becomes a non factor, that's what GPMS does. It provides unlimited funding and resource to humanity to have it accessible by all. So, for example, what you have is in these deserts, there's aquifers of water that is down underneath. And not only that, you have desalination technology that pumps salt water and changes it to fresh water inland as well. So this is another technology that's already here in the world. So what you actually do is a lot of this inhabitable desert land, it now becomes instantly habitable because you can put drill rigs in, drill wells, and have water. So
Yeah,
it is very simple. So what this does in these crowded areas, if the people wish, they can expand out. So with the deserts in the world, I believe it was somewheres desert and rock. I believe it was somewheres around 19% of the. Don't hold me to this of the landmass upon the planet that was desert and rock. So what
right.
you're now doing is opening that up to the people.
Yeah,
Also, with permaculture and different agriculture technological advances, you're able to grow food on a much smaller place, meaning that most of the world's land that was used for grazing and pasturing is no longer needed. You can
right.
actually grow in a fraction of an area what it took before. So you have greenhouses and different permaculture, if you will, that are layered and can do many things for humanity. So you don't need to have all of that land, if you will, pasture land like before as well. So these are only just some examples.
Yeah,
So what everyone needs to look at when when money is unlimited uh, and no longer a factor, humanity has everything, and the entire world changes instantly. So you give everyone the money and the resources, access to it. For example, in your manufacturing capacity, where money is no longer a factor, you begin to roll out all of the devices and whatever humanity needs to speed things up. For example, you wish to let's say, open up what I said before, the desert. So what you will do is you'll ramp up the manufacturing of the drill rigs that drills the artesian wells or whatever you need in the desert because there is no longer money is is no factor to do it.
Mhm.
Um, so you're living in, you can live instantly in a much different world that has everything. So everything changes with it.
Okay, we're getting up to about 25 minutes, and so I know this has been some great stuff, and I think we can probably touch on some other subjects, but I'd like to wrap this up with one $64,000 question. This is something that many people would like to know the answer to, Rick. What's outside of the known world? What we know this planet Earth. What's outside of the Earth? If we
What
take
do you?
care, if we take care of business and we become the human race that we're supposed to be, is there somewhere else to go that we can take people and populate other places other than where we are right now?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Interstellar, intergalactic time travel has been upon the planet for over 116 years, and again, a lot of that was kept, if you will, suppressed and only used by those that were in power, if you will. This is an interdimensional time travel. And let me say there is more than one dimension. So you're opening up again access to other worlds and other rapid, let me say, rapid access to other dimensions as well. This is
Okay.
what allows for this is what allows for the first public contact. And when I say first public contact, I mean the world knows about landings and its peaceful landings, if you will.
Crop circles. I don't know. But yeah, it's obvious that the future is not just a mystery. It's also extremely exciting. It's great to hear from you today. Um, I can't wait to get this video posted out there in the people that I've come in contact with in the last years in Facebook. There's a lot of people are hungry to know what is in store for us. They know how crazy the world is. They're already convinced that something's badly wrong. But to know where it's all going to is very important. To put their mind at ease, to know that there's nothing to fear, everything is falling into place, and all these urban legends are just nothing but fiction meant to keep them fearful, to make them think that the hope that they have is unfounded. Okay, it's not true. There's every reason to believe that your children and your grandchildren and all of their grandchildren are going to be just fine and dandy. So, Rick,
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. It's important for everyone to go to the website. Here it is, gpms.world, and there's a consent tab on there that you agree with the new world. Now, why this is important is that we need to lawfully, if you will, collect the majority vote to show the people worldwide that this is the real thing. So it's
Yeah,
important that everyone that wishes this new world agrees with it. Go on there, fill out the consent, which is your agreement for the new world. And with this, also, every child's vote counts, if you will, every child's agreement as well. If you're a parent, if you're a parent that has a 1 week old child, you are the guardian of the child. You are morally obligated as well to secure their future, which means you can vote consent for your children as well. And with this, every child's voice counts the same as yours and mine, Bill, because what we're doing is collecting the worldwide majority voice to do this, and rightfully so. It is every child's future, and they have a voice and a say in this, and their voice counts as well. So, for the first time ever.
okay. Well, you can rest assured the link to GPMS World will be in the description. I can't wait to get this information out. And Rick, I hope to talk to you again soon. Uh, be in contact with your people that you associate with. I had interviewed your good friend Emily the other day.
Hmm.
We can do more interviews if Denovan or anybody else wants to come on and say what they have to say from their point of view. You let me know. Keep in contact, Rick. And the future is wide open. Tom Petty said that very well. The future is
Yeah.
wide open, isn't it not? So
Oh, it
you
is
have a
now for sure. Yeah. It's unlocked. It's already unlocked and it's
yeah.
being populated, if you
It,
will.
it
So,
is our inheritance, and we just have to accept it. We just have to understand that it's always been there. It's waiting for us. It's just over the horizon, and we have to make it happen. Though it won't happen without people making it happen. And you're part of that. I'm part of that. We're working together to bring a better world for everybody, whether they want it or not. I mean, whether they know it or not, they want it.
well,
We
they'll
just
want
have
it.
to show it to them, right?
Yeah. Eh, yeah. All
Absolutely,
the
Rick. Well,
human souls will want it. Yeah, for sure.
okay. The
Yeah.
best to
No,
you. Best
no,
of the
no one
Christmas season.
passes. uh,
Yes,
I'll keep it simple, Bill. No one passes up winning a lifetime lottery, if you will.
that's
So it's
true. I mean,
inevitable.
if they did, you'd have to question their sanity, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah, indeed. So it's
Okay.
that simple. Well, thank you for that, brother, and anytime again. And have a great night and love, light, and gratitude and
Same to
peace.
you. Same to you. And we will be in touch, Rick. Thank you very much. I'm going
You're
to end the
welcome. Bye
recording.
now.
Okay, bye.